What is up, guys? Welcome back to day 2 of the MLG Spring Arena. I'm JP McDaniel. I'm joined by Grubby. We sent Wheat on a little bit of a break. He's been casting all day long. But Grubby, we have an incredible match coming up. MC versus Marineking. Map 1's going to be in Entombed Valley. We're going to jump pretty quickly into this first match, but I want to get your thoughts first. Is MC going to be able to take out Marineking, or will he once again take out another opponent here at the Spring Arena?
I think Marineking will keep his flawless record. The only question is if it's going to be 2-1 or 3-0. That's what I think. But
really?
Of course, players are able to surprise the predictions. Let's go ahead and start this game.
All right, so both players are actually pretty eager to go ahead and get this started. First map is going to be Entombed Valley. And, I mean, right there, that kind of tells the story. Marineking's TVP is absolutely insane right now, probably the best in the world. But you can never count MC out. He has this ability to really turn it on when he comes to events and do things that a lot of people really counted him out, like beating DRG earlier in this tournament.
Oh, yeah, that's definitely true. And how he did it, 3-0 and very convincingly. And now, let's introduce the players first. Please do the honors.
Sure. Up here in the top right-hand corner from Team Prime, it is none other than the best Terran right now in the world, Marineking. Down here in the bottom right-hand corner, the Protoss president from SK Gaming, it is none other than MC himself as the blue Protoss.
And so when we look at these two players' styles, MC hasn't shown necessarily the very best games against Terran. Seems to have struggled a little bit in that matchup, but very theoretically speaking, we've got Marineking. He's usually on one of two sides of extremes against Protoss. Either he's ridiculously greedy to great effect, perhaps with some mind games to hide exactly what he's doing, going something like Command Center first, or double Command Center after his first barracks.
Right.
Or he's going for something very, very aggressive. And I feel like MC is very good at dealing with both, probably. I feel like MC has the most problems against a Terran who's kind of in between. So that when MC chooses to go for a bust, it doesn't quite work because the Terran has enough defenses. Whereas when you look at a playstyle which is ridiculously greedy, MC could punish something like that. And MC's early game is also very good, so he could defend a rush very well as well. So if we should look to any Protoss to beat Marineking, perhaps MC is the right man.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned that his early game is so strong. He is really, in my opinion, the king of 2-base. This is the guy that has so many different timings off of 2-base that are always so strong. But this tournament, we've really seen him adapt and really do things other than that, showing that he is growing as a player. So
yeah, look at what MC is doing. I've seen him do this once before. It's so exciting. He's going to Chrono Boost out his first Zealot as he hits 25 energy. And because he saw Command Center first from Marineking, he's actually sending his first 4 probes off the mineral line. And no defenses for Marineking, obviously. So Marineking now pulling 6 SCVs. 6 SCVs will beat 5 probes, but with shield regeneration, it's going to be pretty nice for MC. And
so he's taken out 2 SCVs so far. One of them was building the command center. The Rax is still being built on the low ground as well as the high ground, but that's the first time I've ever seen anything like that from a Protoss player. But it is actually so incredibly smart because it delays that Rax, delays the expansion, and with that Zealot actually getting there, the Marine's going to be out later, and it's really going to start to rack up the SCV count.
Yeah, and usually you see something like 2 to 3 barracks after the command center first. Now he only has money for the one. Oh no, excuse me, he does have a second barracks building in the base, but now as the Zealot comes in, 1 Zealot and 4 probes, it's going to be amazing against 1 Marine and a bunch of SCVs. So I've seen MC just destroy someone with that, and now we see the probes focusing down. The Marine probes are a little bit faster than the Marine, so they will take that Marine down. And in the meantime, Zealot is going to town on those SCVs. Zealot finally dies, but there the second Zealot comes in, and this is so difficult for Marineking.
Yeah, 6 SCVs have already been killed. There are 2 Marines out there running for their lives. Here's some more SCVs coming in from the main base. The Zealot's going to work. We'll have to keep an eye on its kill count. The Marines are in the back, and really what MC is really focusing on are those SCVs. MC pulling, or excuse me, Marineking pulling them so low. Look at that control there, Grubby.
Great micro there by Marineking, but this game, when you think you've seen it all,
yeah, I mean,
someone pulls 4 probes.
Yeah, I've never seen that from a Protoss player, but it makes so much sense when you see that CC first, and it really puts your opponent at a loss because, like you said, he is only going to be on 2 racks for the time being. And oh, he's lifting And here comes a Stalker coming into play with good control. He might be able to take out a lot of these Marines.
And maybe Marineking is just gonna fly into his main. Nope, he is deciding to stay here. But the real story is being told by, okay, Marineking, he did excellent micro. He saved 4 to 5 SCVs on the brink of death. It could be so much worse for him. And then you look at the worker count, and we've got 16 SCVs against 24 probes. It is still bad.
Yeah, that's a huge, huge margin. But then, I mean, you can't discount the mules. So
yeah, obviously, he will have a good point. He will have 2 sets of mules, and that does go a long way into restoring a herd economy.
And Grubby, you called it. He is going to go for that very quick third CC here, which, you know, I don't think that MC will predict something like that after being hurt so bad economically in the opening of the match.
Yeah, and Marineking knows that this aggression was hitting early, but it's not being kept up. Like, he knows that there isn't like something like 2 to 3 gateways producing units off of non-warp gates. There is a follow-up by MC with the Nexus, and since Marineking kind of held it off and now has enough Marines to deal with small amounts of units, third CC, I love it.
Yeah, and here is Marineking moving out with some Marines down his ramp. He does meet the 2 Stalkers. So he can't go too far on the map or he will lose a lot of those Marines. The bunker is about to complete, so we'll see if MC is going to go for a sentry timing here. He is only on 3 gates at the moment. His natural is pretty saturated, already going up on 4 gas. Is that telling of anything that might be coming?
Well, you know, he wants to get those sentries. There's a pretty big ramp there, and he's already seen roughly 12 Marines from Marineking. So you want to get a bunch of sentries, and you want to get them early. And at the same time, you don't want to be behind on tech, because you're just going to be stuck on gateway units the entire game if that's the case. So with at least 4 sentries, oh, actually right now he's on 3, but I feel like he wants to warp in maybe 1 more. You want to get enough gas so that you can think about transitioning into something else.
Yeah, and this entire time, MC has actually been chrono boosting probes out of his Nexus, and it looks like he wants to take a quick third here, taking out these destructible rocks to the left, and the probe already going over there to put down the Nexus in due time. Marineking going up on, let's see, 3 racks right now, does just start stim. His factory a little bit delayed because he did go for that third CC very quickly, but the starport and the 2 medevacs will probably call for a push from Marineking.
And Marineking playing very legit. He's getting his 3rd and 4th gas, getting his 1st attack upgrade, and like you said, just starting stim. Factories being made, so we're going to see a starport and a reactor after that. And so far he's choosing to keep his 3rd orbital in his base. It kind of hides your intentions a bit more, and it's just really good to have that quick 3rd CC. It helps with your SCV production. By now we've got 40 SCVs against 50. It's on the low side. Usually you'll see about a difference of 8 to 6 workers at this stage in the game. 10, that's on the good side for Protoss, but now you've got the 3 mules, so it's kind of equal there.
Yeah, it's almost a risk that that Marineking did go for that 3rd CC, but economically he was able to catch up like we're seeing here. So it paid off. And now, as we're about to see, Marineking's timing around probably 13 to 14 minutes is that 2 medevac timing that we see him do every single TVP. It is just his bread and butter in this matchup.
Yeah.
What is it about his medevac timings that just destroys all other Terrans out there in the TVP matchup?
Well, his micro is just so good, and when you have such an excellent micro, you can go into situations of which other people are afraid. So rather than just saying, well, micro changes the way fights goes, it even changes the way your decisions go, because every player, they have this mental map of situations in which they are comfortable going into based on everything, like how good is their micro and so on. And I want to look a little bit about MC's strategy. He went for a quick 3rd, and then he added a sick amount of gateways. He's now sitting on 8 gateways, and he's getting blink. So I've seen him do this against, I think it was Puma, but it was also an Entombed Valley. It was looking bad for him, but then he just had, I don't know, 20, 30 Stalkers with blink, and he just went straight into the Terran base, and it was working out really well. But I don't know, he doesn't have a lot of upgrades, he has no forges, so Marineking now moving in with 1 attack upgrade. He's got stim ready and medevacs, and like you said, 13 minutes will be about the time that he will be at the Protoss base. Storm is being researched. Question is, will he warp in a number of High Templars to feed back those medivacs or not?
Now, Army Supply is very close, 58 for MC, 64 or 66 for MKP, and here he goes. He's going to try to eliminate this third, but there are a lot of sentries here. That factory is going to be a decoy to deflect those stalkers, and he's going straight for this third base. The probe's being taken down. Force field's actually working against MC,
yeah,
and he's going to lose his third base. Easy peasy.
Yeah, there was I mean, great factory usage. He was drawing those shots from the stalkers, and then it was just too small of an area for zealots and sentries to go through. Now another stim being used, maybe a little bit premature, but I like how he used that. He immediately picks up, and this takes guts, ladies and gentlemen. He's dropping right into the main base, circumventing the possibility of those force fields, and now taking down a lot of stalkers.
Yeah, and the big thing there is I'm not sure if he knew that Blink was actually researched for MC, so that attack's going to get cleaned up. He's going to try to focus down that last medevac, already taken out 3 of them. Medevacs being one of the most costly units that MKP does produce in this matchup, so if MC can actually take those out when he's always retreating with the feedbacks and the Blink, he's going to be very, very good moving on later in this match. But look at this, Grubby. We've got a proxy pylon over here from MC. Yeah,
MC will maybe try to take his third again, maybe not, but definitely without those forges and with Storm finishing and his charge is about to finish, this is his time to attack. He cannot just say, well, I'm just going to go wait 10 minutes. He's behind. He has already gotten the information that there is a third base for Marineking. Marineking maybe bit off a little bit more than he could chew with that 4 medevac drop in the main. He didn't really get the proper trade, but because he has his third, that's totally okay. It cost time, and now he's with a 20 supply lead almost over MC. Ghost Academy not finished yet though, so we've got 4 High Templars, and that's such a great Psionic Storm, and the second one is also awesome.
And this is the style that Marineking historically has always had trouble against. The Storms are always so devastating. He has so many of these Zealots as well he's going to be up against, but he's never had a problem doing that stutter step micro, especially like Protos's come to mind parting. Here's the 4th pylon though, as he didn't have one very close to his army, so the reinforcement's not great. But look at this flank, Grubby.
Yeah, lots of force fields being placed, charge lots cleaning up. Archon doing really nice splash damage, but where are the High Templars? I don't see any Storms right now. He has 4 High Templars, but where are they?
Looks like they are somewhat behind here. They come up right below this, but actually his force fields there were so great as he trapped so many of the forces for Marineking. The medevacs are starting to dwindle here, but there's not enough stalkers in this. SCV's being pulled. Some Storms going down on top, completely obliterating MKP's army, and I think MC might be taking this, but you can never count Marineking out as his controls are so good.
Yeah, Marineking has 66 SCVs. That means he has only 30-40 supply of army, and those medevacs are going down. Many SCVs were dying, and Archons are so good in these small army situations. Can MC push all the way through now with a 10 supply lead? One Archon goes down, but with the force field there, locking Marineking from accessing his natural, it's pretty good for MC.
Yeah, and look at these warp-ins here, Grubby. We got 4 more High Templar going straight into Archons with those. Looks like he wants to try to hit this third base of MKP. As you see, it's very hard to take the natural because he can just reinforce so well. A lot of SCVs being pulled here as MC's pushing into the third.
Yeah, and I feel like Marineking can still do it. He has 1-1 upgrades against none. There's no more Storm, and now he's getting 5 free Zealots. Supply depots were lost by Marineking, but supply depots are the last thing Marineking needs. He's sitting 112 out of 188. MC still with the advantage, now taking his Nexus, realizing it might not just finish quite yet. No Ghosts on the field, despite the Ghost Academy being out, and this is a tough fight. Great arc there on Marineking's army, but first Storm is decent. Marineking expertly maneuvers out of it, and I feel like Marineking is stabilizing.
Yeah, that's the Marineking factor right there. Ooh, great Storm.
That was a really
down.
nice Storm.
Yeah, that took us so much damage on a lot of the bio and the SCVs, but the Marineking factor is that, guys. Right when he's looks like he's about to lose, he just somehow finds a way. Here comes MC going once again into the third base, cutting some of the Marines off.
Take a look at that Storm. Oh, second Storm is great, first one is great, and the third one is zoning off the army. Zealots cleaning up the dregs of that fight, of that army, and the Archons are taking a little bit of SCVs, a little bit of barracks. MC's army is all over the place, causing general mayhem and chaos and sadness among the Terran front.
71 supply right now to 107 for MCs, trying to get in here with the Storms, landing another good Storm on these SCVs. Ooh, another one right on top of the remaining Bioforce. MC pushing now into the natural, and I think he has done it, Grubby. Good game MC takes game 1 over Marineking.
I'm almost speechless. I mean, MC, he had no forages. He lost his third.
He never had upgrades
He was down in supply. The only thing that was so awesome for him was his the fact that he had Storm against no Ghost.
Right.
And then so much depended on how he used his army. Let's see a little bit about what QXE and Axelaf think about this.
Yep.
Yeah, it was a really exciting game. I think there's one decision I hate about MC was that he didn't have Zenith's in position on the ramp to hold that third. But the one thing I love about what he did is that when he saw Terran got up there, he didn't try to suicide his guys with a choke. He just sacrificed it, kept his army alive. And if your army is alive, you've always got a shot, right?
Yeah, I feel like the drop was really the major turning point in that game. Definitely was an overcommit by Marineking. And it wasn't just an overcommit in that he lost a lot of units, but he also messed up some of his macro back home. He really should have gotten those ghosts a lot earlier.
Now, what do you guys think about the next map? It is going to be MLG Metropolis. What do you think we'll see here from MKP and MC?
I think we can expect a game pretty similar to the last one. MKP might not love with that command center first, but I'm pretty sure he can go for a macro-heavy style. MC usually doesn't favor one-base builds versus Terran so much. I think he pretty much always goes for that one-gate expansion. Usually he likes to chrono out a Stalker to get some scouting information early. You know, the last game he played a little bit differently because the opening was a little crazy, but I think it'll be very similar to last game. MC will hopefully end up getting some more upgrades this game. We can see a longer game.
What did you guys think about that opening? Because we didn't even talk about that, where he pulled the 4 probes initially with that Zealot. QXE is a Terran player. Have you seen anything like that? And did MKP react appropriately?
I mean, I don't think I've ever seen someone do that before. In terms of reaction, when I go CC first, I actually really like to wall off at the top of my ramp. And I think if Marineking had done that, it would have allowed him to buy himself a lot more time. Because one Zealot, a bunch of SCVs against 1 or 2 Marines are going to have a lot of trouble. Once you get 4 or 5 Marines out, you don't really have any trouble at all. You can micro, you can pull your SCVs in. I mean, Marineking's reaction and his micro there was great. I'm just not sure. I feel like he could have done some things to make the defense a little bit easier on himself.
Right. Grubby, coming up in this next match, what do you think we're going to see?
Yeah, it's very hard to say with these players. I mean, that was a strategy that MC has done before on Entombed Valley, both the 3-base blink play as well as the pro pool. This is Metropolis. I haven't seen a lot of games from MC against Terran on this map. It's really hard to call, and I'm not even going to try.
Yeah. Now, actually, earlier today, starting the day off, we saw MKP against Tuck, and in Game 3, after he already went up 2-0, he went for a mech style of play. I want to know what your thoughts are on that, and will we see anything like that here for MKP, or is it just too risky?
No, I don't think Marineking is going to quite try to go mech against MC. I mean, MC doesn't mess around, neither should Marineking. I've seen him do, triple reactored Helions on this map. Maybe not too bad against someone who goes Nexus first and keeps building probes, relying on very little defenses, but no, I think we'll probably see pretty quick medivac play. It's hard to say. It's Marineking. I feel like maybe Marineking's greatest strength is his enjoyment of the game.
Right.
He just does so many different crazy stuff, which is really good, and he does it well.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're gonna go ahead and get Game 2 started here. MLG Metropolis will be the map. MC versus MKP with MC up 1-0. Can MKP come back 1-1, or will MC take? Would this be an upset in your opinion, Grubby? I mean, you said that MKP was going to win 2-1 or 3-0. If MC is able to win this, how surprised would you be?
Well, on the one hand, yes, I thought that Marineking will do that. But on the other hand, later on, I was thinking if there's anyone who would do it, it would be MC because of his aggression and great unit control. And even in a situation like that, where he was in a difficult situation after losing his 3rd Nexus, he just came there, used really nice force fields and psionic storms and did it. So definitely MC could do it. I wasn't counting him out, but I wouldn't be surprised to see Marineking take this next. However, predictions are one thing and actions are another, way more important, and I'm just so excited to see how this game will develop itself.
Well, here we go. The map is loading. We're going to see where the players are going to be spawning here in just a matter of moments. Down here, or excuse me, up here